Rooting for Tua is the story you want. 2 ankle surgeries, a dislocated hip could have ended his career, and he is back.
He was supposed to be at USC. Did you know that?
He was going to transfer to USC if he could not.
No, he was supposed to originally go to USC.
What happened? Did the Wires transfer?
No, Lane got fired.
Oh.
Lane got fired. Yeah, that's what happened. Lane got fired, and then Sark took over, and then he wound up going to Alabama.
On the back end, I will tell you that Tua said had he not been able to get on the field and pass Jalen Hurts, he could have gone to USC and transferred out of Alabama. Then he came into that championship game, and then obviously it was his job.
Did the Wires not go through?
I'm just asking.
Stop.
What?
I can say this. Hawaii is a lot damn closer to California than it is Alabama. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. And also College Park for his brother, Talia. Keyshawn J. Will Zubin, presented by
and we'll leave it at
that. All of our guests on the Shelf.
A lot easier for the family to travel rather than move, but we'll leave it at that.
Get him, Key.
Key referencing the fact that Tua's family moved to Alabama when he played there.
The marketplace
but
is a hell
a lot of guys
thing.
do that. Keyshawn J. Will
Zubin. Cheaper in Alabama.
Wink, wink.
Cost of living. Keyshawn J. Will Zubin brought to you by Barbasol. Choose Barbasol shaving cream for a thick lather and close, comfortable shave. Barbasol, the American original for over 100 years. Better buy Barbasol. Of course, Key is just joking here because Tua is one of the most likable guys. Okay.
Okay. Clean it up for me, Zubin.
Way to clean it up, Zubin.
Way to clean it up. Yeah.
Make everything right.
Yes.
Now, listen, Tua is one of the most likable guys in football. And generally speaking, when you're at one of these press conferences on Wednesday or Thursday, almost all the questions are about install. What are we going to do? How's your chemistry with the head coach? What do you think of Brian Flores? All these questions for a first-time quarterback that's just starting his NFL career. Almost all the questions are about the physical. How you feeling? What's going on? But Tua took it in a different direction yesterday when addressing the fact that, sure, he was once unassailable, and he has enough awareness to realize he'll never be that way again.
Oh, man. I don't know if I'll ever be my old self, because when something dramatic like that happens, it's just a continuous process, I think, for me. Just continuing to focus on what I need to do to continue to strengthen the muscles around my hip and so forth, and just continue to stay on rehab. But it's been a journey. It's just been a journey.
And he's talking the mental journey.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't really even think Tua's talking about from an injury standpoint. I think he's just talking about the mental aspect of everything and maybe how sometimes you take things for granted and you think so. Protecting himself out on the field, the style of play, the way things went at Alabama in terms of his style of play, not sliding, not doing some things that he probably would have done had he thought differently. Because when you're Tua and you're coming from Hawaii and you're just dominant and you see Marcus Mariota, a guy that is from Hawaii that you kind of idolized and watched grow up and become a rock star at Oregon and go on to be a Heisman guy and in the top pick in the draft and all of those sort of things, sometimes you just kind of just sit back and chill. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of from just knowing from a Polynesian culture, being around them, having many friends, from being out west, they everything is just kind of reserved and chill. It's like there's no stress that sets in at all. And so I think that's what he's talking about from that standpoint. But when you look at it, I think he can get back to being Tua, the football player, no question about it. But this goes into a deeper conversation. Mm-hmm. The Miami Dolphins have to do like some of these other teams with young quarterbacks, go out and get him a bona fide big-time wide receiver. And they got a lot of capital to do that. They'll be able to do it with a lot of draft picks that they have accumulated. When you think about a team like Buffalo, they went out and got Cole Beasley from the Dallas Cowboys and free agents. See, then they traded for Stephon Diggs. You think about the Arizona Cardinals and DeAndre Hopkins along with Kristen Kirk. Or you think about what they did for Russell Wilson and DK Metcalf. Or you think about what the Rams did with young Jared Goff and deciding that we're going to go get Robert Woods. We're going to draft Cooper Kupp. We're going to get Reynolds. They just continue to keep building with young quarterbacks. That's something, Jay, that the Dolphins certainly have to do if they want to see a guy like Tua continue to progress within their offense.
I agree with you. Listening to him obviously talk about some aspects of rehab, about his hip and about going to physical therapy and continue to build in that category, I think all that makes sense. But I don't think Tua was talking about anything physically. I think when you become injured, when you see the game potentially being stripped away from you, you can never be the same. It gives you an alternate perspective, right? Like I've been through this. Like I was able to make it back on the court, not the same way, obviously, as what I was before, but still there's an appreciation that you have. And I go back to that picture that we had of Tua laying on the field by himself, taking all that in, just recognizing like there was a chance I may not ever be here. Key, you know about this. We've seen guys get hit the wrong way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We've seen quarterbacks get hit the wrong way where that's it. It's over. So we like to plan in this society, right? Oh, in 5 years, I'm going to do this. I'm sure everybody, when you're a rookie, you come into the league, right? Here's my 5-year plan. I'll get through the first couple years and I'll be on my way, or I'll be a Super Bowl champion. And for him, that plan almost went out the window like that. He never almost had a chance to have a plan. So you never approach anything the same way that you used to before the injury occurred.
The injury happened, and Tua was the number 1 rated quarterback from beginning. Right? He was supposed to be the guy off the board. And all of a sudden, there's a guy named Joe Burrow who emerges. And then there was a guy named Justin Herbert who he's going to face in the same draft class. They go 1, 2, and 3. He's going to see him this weekend. And the luxury about Justin Herbert is he went to a team that had some receivers there in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, big-time wide receivers in their own right, already there to help Justin Herbert gel as he moves forward. But when you look at it, either one of these two teams, whether the Dolphins would have taken Justin Herbert and Tua would have fell to the San Diego